Hi, and welcome to this live reading from Call of the Alpha by Brooke May, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Prologue. Mason. A little known fact about werewolves, other than the lack of general knowledge of their existence, is that if you are lucky, you will find a woman made just for you. You keep her by your side for the rest of your life, protect her at all costs, and she will soothe the beast as well as humble the man. She will also keep your secrets, never letting the outside world know what you truly are in her own way of protecting you. That's what I am, a werewolf, a creature bound to the full moon. I am not an immortal creature, nor can I change whenever I feel like it. I do not turn into a wolf. I would be a shifter if I did, and not a werewolf. I am a monster, in every sense of the word. The people who created the movie Van Helsing were onto something when they made their werewolves. We are beasts that vary in coloration and patterns on our fur, and we keep out of sight of humans who would harm us, but we don't actually look like a wolf. While our bodies are slaves to the moon, we do have the ability to change when it is necessary. Alphas have the ability far greater and stronger than other werewolves, and that is just what I am. I am the newly appointed alpha of the Powder River Pack in northern Wyoming. My dad, Tom, had decided to step down 7 months ago and handed the pack over to me. My world is filled with other men like me. My dad, brother, and friends are all members of my pack. There are no female werewolves. Females remain human no matter what, while sons of a werewolf will be just like their father. We aren't the only pack in our small part of Wyoming, but 2 packs can coexist relatively peacefully in this area. That apple cart has been upset in the past year, and I am only half to blame for it. I am now becoming a father to a child whose mother is not my mate. If I would have listened to my wolf's side, we wouldn't be in this mess, but no, I thought for once I would be smarter than instinct, that the wolf would not overpower me as a man. I was a fucking moron. Kat Cutler, the older daughter of the Bighorn Pack Alpha, became pregnant with my child. Having a child with another pack's alpha should make her father, Wyatt Cutler, incredibly happy, but it's left the old man bitter and frustrated at not only my pack, but his useless daughter as well. Kat started off as my high school girlfriend, but I never saw a future with her, even after she told me she was pregnant and it was my kid. I'm telling you, Mace, the psycho bitch's kid isn't yours. My younger brother Miles sighs through the phone. I can't help but growl because I know the child is mine. My wolf tells me so, and now that I'm listening to him, I agree with him. The woman was nothing but trouble. I also know the child is mine because her nasty drug habit, the reason we broke up originally, would have killed any child weaker than a werewolf. She used to have the tannest, longest toned legs with blonde hair and moves that would make any man howl. And when she walked away from me after threatening to end my child's life, she was devoid of any emotions, too thin, washed out, and broken. I had to beg her not to abort the baby. Begging is not something an alpha should ever do, but I did it for my child because of the protective nature I hold so closely to my heart. Between her dad's money, attempting to put her in the best rehab centers, and my money that I'm positive went straight to her addictions, Kat threatened to abort the baby at least once a week until yesterday when she called to tell me the baby was born and in Bozeman, Montana. I don't think I ever saw my mom move as quickly as she did once I got off the phone. I was already preparing to bring the baby home, so it was easy for me to quickly load my truck up, and I was off. My only stops were just long enough to refuel, get coffee, and take a leak. I know he is mine, Miles. Aside from my wolf telling me so, Wyatt made Kat go through a paternity test while he had her in a center at the beginning. Old man Cutler may just be trying to dump his problems on you. Unlike me, Miles doesn't believe any of it. Pulling into the Bozeman Hospital parking lot, I rest my head and close my eyes for a beat. I'm exhausted from driving practically nonstop and all the stress I have been under since finding out I'm going to be a father and becoming alpha. Not only is my pack's safety something I need to be concerned with, but also my kids. I'll call you when I'm on my way home, bro. Good luck with the crazy bitch. He's got that right. Cat is fucking crazy with a capital C. When I found the needles in my bathroom, I couldn't take it. First, I caught her stealing from my mom, only to learn she was stealing from her own parents as well. And then with the drugs, I had to break up with her. I think I got lucky with this pregnancy. I told her I would pay for everything if she would walk away after the baby was born. And she's done just that. See you soon. Hanging up with my second in command, I get why he isn't in the best of moods. Mine isn't any better. What the fuck am I doing? Rolling my head on the rest, I look through the window, across the rain-soaked parking lot, and settle on the hospital. Go get what is ours, Mason. My wolf helps to renew my purpose. Getting out of the truck, I grab the car seat and bag filled with clothes I had packed. The hospital is far larger than the one back home, but the directory at the entrance helps point me in the right direction. I don't really need it. Instinct helps guide me to the nursery. I don't feel that female anywhere. Get the child. He detests Cat. I should have listened to him when I first started seeing her, and now I might not ever live it down. You won't. Getting to the locked doors leading to the nursery, I find a nurse behind a desk reading a magazine. Hello, could you help me? She looks up, goes back to her reading, and then her head snaps up at me. Stop growling in public. Sure. Her eyes take me in. Rippled muscles straining under my tight blue t-shirt with tattoos winding up both arms. My jeans snug around my thighs and covering up my 6'1" body. I have an old worn hat pulled low. I'm told I'm any woman's wet dream. After this, I don't give a flying fuck. No more women. Till we find our mate. Yeah, there's that. I know my female will see past my outer appearance. She will see the real me and love every part, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. It's just a vessel, lady. If you knew what I really was, you wouldn't be giving me those bedroom eyes. My son was born yesterday. His mother was Cat Cutler. She had him and left. I'm here from him. I don't need the pity the lady's eyes fill with, and either does the kid. I just want to get him and get the hell back to Rocky. I need to see some identification before, just so we are sure. Certainly. Pulling out my wallet, I hand over my ID and wait for her to check it. This way, Mr. Fisher. Handing it back to me, she is out of her seat and leading me through the locked doors into the nursery. His mother signed her rights away the moment he was born. Her tone is sad, but I couldn't be happier. This means she won't be in his life at all, leaving him to grow up like a normal child. Well, as normal as he is ever going to get is the best thing she could have ever done for him. Good. I don't feel like getting into anything else with Cat. She fucked me and her family over. When can he leave? What? She looks up at me when we stop by a newborn. Every fiber in my being screams that this boy is mine. Mine. Calm, boy. Don't call me boy. The lone cradle has a healthy-looking body attempting to escape his swaddle. His face is red as he tries to cry. Reaching down, I need to touch him, and he instantly stops. He's mine. It's a statement. I don't need her to confirm it with me. Why, yes, how did you know? I just do. His skin is tan like mine. He is like a tiny carbon copy of me. When can he leave? I ask once more. The lady needs to quit checking me out and do her job. He may leave whenever you are ready to take him. He was circumcised this morning and it was clean. The doctor will sign off on his release once you have him all set. Do you have a car seat, clothing, bottles, formula, diapers? Obviously, the one was too busy checking out my body to notice I have everything in my hands. I do. Lifting the bag, I do my best to keep my temper in check. Well then, we just need you to fill out the rest of his birth certificate. Since his mother signed away her rights, she doesn't need to be on it, but we need your information and what you would like to name him. Taking a deep breath, I only catch a hint of cat scent lingering. I know she probably didn't even hold him, and the scent is just from his birth, but I need to get rid of it. Mark him. Remove any sign of her. Here he is. Settling the little guy into my arms, I feel a warmth that had evaded me for the past 7 months. As if he knew exactly who I was, his eyes pop open to reveal the brightest blue eyes, the only thing his mother gave him. I hope. Hey there, buddy, I coo, my voice tight with emotion. As I pull the little guy closer, the experience I feel flooding my body is completely surreal. This is what love at first sight feels like. This amazing warmth flooding my body and consuming my heart and mind is every ounce of love I possess for the child. My child in my arms. He's all mine. He moves closer to my chest, allowing us to share the warmth my wolf craves, and a small whimper escapes his tiny mouth as I give her his name. Archer. Beg your pardon? She snaps out of her daze. I have not been paying attention to her, but I can guess what she's been doing. His name is Archer Floyd Fisher. Okay, she scribbles it down. And your full name? Mason Floyd Fisher. I don't waste any time learning to bathe and dress him while we wait for the doctor, and I fill out all the paperwork I will need. A different, older nurse who doesn't have wandering eyes helps me fit Archer into his car seat after the doctor checks him out, and in no time I'm loading him into my truck and heading back to Rocky, Wyoming, where my family ranch and soon-to-be bar waits. Looking in my rearview mirror, I find the mirror I set up to see him facing backward and already asleep. I promise you, Archer, I will raise you the best way I can, both as your father and your alpha. I love you, son, and I won't let any woman in unless she is meant to be for the both of us. I don't get a reply because he is far too little to understand. I am not on an adventure of being a single dad. I'm glad I have 2 years before he will start to shift. Scrubbing a hand down my face, I pull onto the road just as the heavens open once more and rain showers us. Grabbing my phone, I press Miles's number again. Hey, we're on our way back. Chapter 1. Riley, 5 years later. What the hell do you have in this thing, Bricks? Grunting, I none too gracefully drop the last of Alexa's boxes on her bedroom floor. Shoes, why? The wide, innocent, blue-eyed look she is throwing my way doesn't fool me. She tricked me into grabbing this box. It weighed a goddamn ton, that's why. Today is the first day of our official adult lives. I can't help but inwardly snort at the thought. Here I am, 26 years old, and dubbing today of all days that I am officially an adult. The whole thing is ridiculous because my best friend, Alexa Hart, and I are moving into my mom's house in Fetterman, Wyoming. For the past 5 years, both of us have been busy with our educations to reach our dreams. Alexa has been at the law school at the University of Wyoming while I was working on my master's degree in wildlife biology with a specialty in wolves at Yellowstone National Park. The two of us met our freshman year down there where we became roommates. Alexa was incredibly shy at first, and after several weeks of being woken to her nightmares, I pushed past the barrier she erected between us, and we soon became friends. The day I was accepted into the master's program in the park, Alexa was admitted to the law school. While I moved up north to live in the park and work on my education and passion, she did the same. And now that we have both graduated, we are ready to start the next leg of our journeys. Alexa was offered a job in my hometown as a public defender, and I was given the opportunity of a lifetime by gaining employment at the local game and fish office as a biologist for them. It is rare to get a job anywhere in this state where you truly want to be, so I managed to have luck on my side. As much as I loved working in Yellowstone, nothing beats getting to work and explore the mountains and areas around my hometown. And to be around people. You're the one who offered to take them, she sniffs. You tricked me. Pointing at her, I back slowly out of the room. I will never understand how you can own so many shoes. And I will never comprehend how you can have so few. She sighs, shaking her head in disbelief. I'm a rational woman who doesn't need a pair of shoes to match each pair of panties I have. That's rich considering you're the one who has the habit of buying overpriced lingerie. I can't deny the fact she presents. I may be too much of a tomboy, her words, the majority of my everyday life, but when it comes to the fabric that covers my boobs and nether region, I like the confidence something silky and sexy gives me. And it still didn't help me keep a man. Corey, my ex-douche canoe from hell, had been my everything for most of my college career. He even moved to Yellowstone, taking a government position with the park after I was accepted. The day I was supposed to meet with the director of the park, I walked into Corey's office to find him plowing into his secretary as if there were a life or death situation if the snow blockade wasn't pushed away to make room for an orgasm. That was only 2 months ago. Only a month before I graduated. I left him to finish his hard work and went straight to my meeting. The news of my job offer nearly made up for my heart fracturing in my chest. I managed to keep it together long enough to return to my cabin because Corey didn't want to actually live in the park like I did. And instead of allowing sadness to take a hold of me, I beat the shit out of every pillow I could get my hands on. Hey, get that out of your head. Seemingly reading my mind, Taylor is on me, shaking my shoulders until I blink away the glaze over my eyes. Sorry about that. Shaking my head, I force a smile into my face. I'm going to go and unpack my room. Screw that noise. Alexa snorts and grabs me once more. We need to celebrate. Why? Why not? We are both single and have jobs right out of college. Let's go out and have some fun. Looking over my shoulder and into my own room filled with boxes, I feel overwhelmed. Come on, throw on something sexy and I'll Google a good bar to go to. Sexy? Turning back to her, I arch a skeptical brow. I'm not going anywhere in just my underwear, Chris. After having lived in jeans, t-shirts, and boots for the majority of my life, I don't own anything outright sexy other than my underwear. You have some sexy tops? Rolling her eyes, Alexa finally releases me and walks backward into her room. Put something on and be ready in an hour. I don't want to go. Mumbling more to myself than her, I turn on my heel and march into my room. She does have a point. I do have something to celebrate alongside my single status. I'm still young and have plenty of time to let my life weigh me down. And today isn't going to be one of them.